Every time you choose awareness over reaction, you tune into it. Every time you choose honesty over performance, you strengthen it. Every time you choose rest over burnout, you embody it. Quantum shifts are often quiet. They do not announce themselves with fireworks. They show up as subtle peace, unexpected calm, or a sudden loss of interest in what once drained you. Do not underestimate these signs. They are evidence of integration. When the need to prove fades, power stabilizes. You are allowed to take up space without justification. You are allowed to pause without explanation. You are allowed to change direction without apology. Sovereignty is not rebellion. It is alignment with your internal compass. When you follow it, the external world adjusts accordingly, even if it takes time to catch up. Trust the lag. Trust the unfolding. Trust the intelligence moving through you even when the path is not yet visible. The quantum field responds instantly, but physical reality translates gradually. This delay is not punishment. It is refinement. It ensures that what arrives is stable, sustainable, and integrated. As this moment continues, let yourself receive rather than strive. You do not need to hold tension to be alert. You do not need pressure to be productive. The most profound creations emerge from relaxed focus, not forced effort. This is why nature creates effortlessly. It does not rush spring. It does not resist winter. It understands rhythm. You are learning rhythm again. The rhythm of your energy, the rhythm of your intuition, the rhythm of expansion and rest. When you honor this, life stops feeling like a battle and starts feeling like a conversation. You listen, you respond, you adjust, and gradually mastery replaces survival. Quantum majesty is not a destination. It is a state of remembering who you are beneath conditioning, beneath noise, beneath fear. It is the quiet authority of someone who knows that alignment is stronger than control, presence is stronger than prediction, and awareness is stronger than force. Stay here a little longer. Let these words settle not as concepts, but as sensations. You do not need to analyze them. Let them pass through you like frequency, gently recalibrating what is ready to shift. Everything that resonates will remain. Everything that does not will dissolve on its own. You are safe to evolve. You are allowed to expand. You are supported by a field far more intelligent than the mind could ever design. Step into that knowing and let your reality respond in its own precise, elegant way. This is quantum majesty, not as something you seek, but as something you remember, embody, and live. As you remain here, gently present, something subtle begins to reorganize beneath the surface. Not through effort, not through willpower, but through permission. When you stop demanding answers, awareness expands naturally. This is how deeper truths reveal themselves, not as information, but as recognition. You are not learning something new. You are remembering something ancient. There is a quiet intelligence within you that has never been confused, never been lost, never been afraid. It existed before language, before identity, before the need to explain yourself to the world. This intelligence does not operate through urgency. It moves through resonance. When you align with it, life feels guided rather than forced. Decisions become simpler, not because choices disappear, but because clarity dissolves unnecessary conflict. You may notice that as your awareness deepens, certain attachments begin to loosen. Roles you once clung to feel less solid. Expectations that once defined you begin to fade. This can feel unsettling to the mind, because the mind was trained to equate familiarity with safety. But familiarity is not truth. Comfort is not alignment. Growth often arrives disguised as uncertainty. The quantum field responds not to who you pretend to be, but to who you are being beneath the surface. Masks require energy. Authenticity generates energy. This is why pretending feels exhausting, while honesty feels grounding, even when it is uncomfortable. When you stop managing perception, your system relaxes. When your system relaxes, coherence returns. Nothing in your life is random. Even the pauses have purpose. Even the delays carry information. When something slows down, it is inviting deeper alignment. When something ends, it is clearing space. Resistance creates noise. Acceptance reveals pattern. The more you observe without judgment, the more meaning naturally emerges. There is a difference between letting go and giving up. Giving up comes from exhaustion. Letting go comes from trust. Letting go is an act of intelligence that recognizes when effort is no longer required. It understands that some doors open only when you stop pushing. Some answers arrive only when you stop asking. Your nervous system is learning safety at higher frequencies. For many, peace once felt unfamiliar, even threatening, because chaos was normalized. As you recalibrate, calm may feel strange at first, silence may feel loud, stillness may feel exposed. This does not mean something is wrong. It means your system is updating its baseline. Quantum majesty is allowing yourself to exist without constant justification. You do not need to earn rest. You do not need to deserve clarity. You do not need permission to align with what feels true. These are natural states, obscured only by conditioning. When conditioning loosens, truth does not need to be built. It reveals itself. Notice how awareness itself is effortless. Thoughts come and go, but awareness remains. Emotions rise and fall, but awareness stays present. Circumstances change, but awareness is constant. This is the part of you that is not touched by loss or gain. The more you identify with it, the less you are controlled by transient states. From this vantage point, life becomes less personal and more precise. Challenges are no longer interpreted as attacks, but as information. Feedback replaces failure. Curiosity replaces fear. You begin to ask different questions, not "why is this happening to me?" but "what is this inviting me to see?" The quantum field mirrors your relationship with uncertainty. When you resist the unknown, it feels threatening. When you allow it, it becomes creative space. All potential exists in uncertainty. Certainty is static. Mystery is alive. This is why transformation rarely happens when everything feels controlled. It happens when you step beyond what is familiar and remain present. As this awareness settles, you may feel less compelled to explain yourself. Words become simpler. Silence becomes comfortable. You realize that not everyone needs to understand your path. Resonance will find resonance. Those aligned with your frequency will recognize it without explanation. Those who are not will drift naturally without conflict. Power no longer needs to announce itself. True authority is quiet. It does not demand attention. It attracts alignment. When you stop trying to convince, prove, or defend, your energy stabilizes. This stability is felt by others, even if they cannot name it. This is influence without force. Remain here. Let the integration continue without interference. You do not need to do anything with this awareness. It is already doing what it needs to do. Trust the intelligence that brought you to this moment. Trust the unfolding that does not require your control. Trust the version of you that knows how to move when the time is right and how to be still when waiting is wisdom. This is not the end of the message. It is the deepening of it. Stay present, stay receptive, and allow the next layer to reveal itself in its own time.